Hi, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am Samantha Russell, coming to you live from London. I am our chief evangelist here at FMG, and I am sorry to say Elise won't be able to join us. I know everyone loves Elise, as do I, but it's for good reason. She had her baby and she's on maternity leave. So we miss her so much, but I'll be filling in for her today and sharing more about our amazing new AI tools. But I know she'll be looking forward to coming back and seeing everybody in the fall. But we're so thrilled for her that she was able to deliver her healthy baby girl, and we look forward to having her back in the fall. So if I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you before, I am Samantha Russell, our chief evangelist here at FMG. And really what my job is, often I'm out speaking at conferences and events, and also looking at the forefront of what's working in marketing, and then bringing it back and working with our product team to update our products and add them into our platform. So I also host a lot of webinars, often more on the prospect side though, but I'm so excited today to dive into these AI tools and show you more of what we've added, because I think honestly, if I have to look back at all of the updates that we've done in the last few years, I am by far the most excited about this one. So just to make sure everyone can see and hear okay, why don't in the chat, you let me know where you're joining us from today, and or where you are headed this summer on any vacations, or if you've been on any. I've been in London for the last few months, have been lucky enough to be here, which has been amazing. And I was just telling Leah that I am headed to at the beginning of August. We are going to Switzerland for my son's 10th birthday. I'm making his dreams come true, and we're going paragliding. So wish me luck if anyone has any tips for paragliding. I am honestly terrified. I've heard it's not that scary once you get up there, so fingers crossed. But okay, let's see where everyone's coming. Ashley's coming from Kansas City. We have Nicole from Nashville, Illinois. I didn't know there was a Nashville in Illinois. Donita said she's in San Antonio, and she just went on a cruise with a couple of friends a couple months ago. That's amazing. We have a Nashville, Tennessee. Todd, welcome, Todd. Amy Austin in Carmel, Indiana. Connie's just back from Napa and off to Iceland in September. Oh, that sounds amazing. I love Iceland. Got to do all of the fun springs and hiking there. What else do we got? We got Robin in Cincinnati. I went to Miami University of Ohio, Robin. So you're right by my old stomping grounds there. So, okay, welcome everybody. Thank you so much. And we will go ahead and get started. But we today are really focused on how to use FMG's new AI tools, specifically Muse, which is going to help you write so much more efficiently and effectively. And so we're going to dig really, really into that. If we haven't connected before, I'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn. It's Samantha C. Russell on LinkedIn, and I'm constantly posting um, different marketing tips and tricks and different ways to use FMG over there. So if we're not connected, please let's connect. And obviously you can send me any questions in the chat or in the Q&A as well. So just a little bit of housekeeping. Of course, the recording will be sent out. We also will send out all of the slides, and we have a few amazing handouts and resources for you as well. But you can always minimize the chat bot, but I really love to keep it open because I love to see all of you helping each other, and we love all of the feedback. So feel free to use the chat to ask questions. You can also put it in the dedicated Q&A box if you don't want everyone else to see it and you only want me to see it. Okay. And also, if you have specific questions and you're looking for extra support after the webinar, you can always schedule time with our service team, whether that's for marketing tools onboarding or website onboarding. So we can put the link there below, which we just did in the chat, and you just click on that and you're able to schedule a time, and we can go over your specific questions related to your account. Okay. So what we're discussing today is number one, proven AI advisor strategies. Then we're going to talk about AI prompt frameworks and easy ways to save time using our AI tools. And then, of course, we are going to do a demo and show you how different ways you can use it in action. So this is something that is, additive. It's not replacing anything. It's being added into the platform, just again, to make, using all of our tools even more efficient and effective. So let's start by talking about how you can use AI to help you create hyper-personalized content. So this is our brand new tool that, again, I think out of all of the updates in the last few years that we have made, I am most excited about this one. And Muse is going to help you across all the different ways that you would create content. So we call it Muse. Think of it as someone who's, helping you get ideas off the ground. You can use it for social, email, and also just launching blogging as well. So all three of those areas where you would be writing content is where you're going to be able to use Muse. And I'm going to show you a demo of how that looks here in just a minute. But then after the content is created, you are able then to actually see how is it going to pass compliance. So is this content that we've just written? Is it something that the compliance teams are going to say yes, no? Are they going to have suggestions? And in real time, you'll get feedback and suggestions for what you might want to change. And we have tested this, using tens of thousands of inquiries over the last decade that we have been helping advisors with their marketing. And so we really know what compliance teams are going to want to flag or want you to change. So what's great about this is it's really making the whole process more efficient, right? Instead of you submitting something and wondering if it's going to get through or not, it's going to tell you up front. So it gives you a chance to change it on the front end before it even is submitted. And then hopefully it makes the approval process way faster on the back end as well, so that you can all get this content that you're creating sent out as fast as possible. Kristen just asked, do we know if Muse is approved for use by Osaic? Leah or Amy on the back end, I don't know the best way to handle going through broker-dealer by broker-dealer. Basically, the way we did it, we sent out an email to everyone and we're able to, basically say, here's what we're rolling out. You have the ability to approve it. And I know a lot of people have been approving as in the last, few weeks. So let's see what Amy said. Yes, Osaic has approved Muse. So amazing. And so again, we'll go through what this looks like in real time, but this should make the process of compliance submission a lot more efficient. And then, of course, anybody who has FMG has access to our mobile app for free. And we still have the Write For Me button there. If you haven't downloaded the mobile app, I highly suggest it. It's really great for looking at your marketing calendar on the fly, seeing what you have scheduled, really identifying any gaps, and then being able to choose articles and have our AI tool there write a post for you. And we've trained this this particular part through the app where you're choosing a third-party article and sharing it to be written in a zero-click content approach, right? So what that means is we don't want people to have to go read the whole article in order to get the gist of it and leave a comment. We want them to be able to just scan what we wrote and be able to engage and leave a comment. So we've trained it with that as well. And we just put in the chat the links to download the mobile app, whether you're using Google or Apple Store. So if you don't have that already, go ahead and download that. It is free for you to use. Okay. So before we go on to how ChatGPT and other AI tools recommend your business, let's actually go in and see a demo of these tools working. So I'm going to switch over here. I always get nervous that my screen isn't sharing the right view. So somebody just let me know in the chat. Do you see the FMG content library now, to make sure that that is what we're all looking at? Yes. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. So let's just say to start, we want to create, let's say, what should we start with? Blog, email, social post. How about we'll say a social post. So we're going to say post on social media, and we'll come in here and we have the ability to choose lots of different things. So someone just asked the question, great segue, Ryan. Where is this AI-driven content going to be posted? Instagram? Well, it's really up to you. So you're going to get to decide which accounts you have connected. So if you have your Instagram, you have your LinkedIn, you have your Facebook. I just have LinkedIn's, connected here. So I'm able to now say write with AI. So whenever you see this write with AI tool, that is where it is an option for you. So I'm going to first select that LinkedIn, because that's the only one I have connected, and this demo account is the one that I want to post it to. And then I'm going to describe what it is that I want the social post to be about. The more details you provide, the better your results will be. Because remember, when it comes to AI, the more the better you create your input, the better your output will be, right? So why don't we just take a minute and in the chat, let's see, has anyone used, ChatGPT or other AI tools to help them write anything so far? And how long did it take you to feel like you got the hang of prompting, right? Like you started to realize what types of prompt work to give you a good output versus not. So we're seeing, yes, everybody is basically addicted to ChatGPT at this point. I don't know if you've all named yours. That's a big thing me and my friends always talk about. We all have names for our ChatGPTs. So it's so easy to use. We all are using it all the time, right? So it's the exact same situation here, the same way you would prompt ChatGPT, but now it's in this compliant workflow and you're not needing to leave FMG in order to use it, right? Priscilla hit the nail on the head. The more details you provide, the better results and the more that it will be in your voice. Carice said, it took some time to learn about prompt engineering, but once I learned, I created a prompt generator. Ooh, I love that. So I'm just going to pull up what my social, so I'm going to say, write me a social media post to talk about things my client should be thinking about from a financial standpoint when it comes to back to school. So that's pretty generic. The next thing, though, that what we can do is choose a writing style. So instead of needing to give a ton of information, use this tone of voice and these types of words or phrases, you can choose one of these pre-made writing styles that we have engineered to make the prompting even more fluid and efficient for you. So you can choose one of these. So let's say we want to do the practical optimist, relatable guide with folksy wisdom. So we're going to save that. And then we can say, do we want it to be short, medium, or long? And what emoji level do we want? Do we hate emojis? I don't know. What do you all feel about emojis in social media posts? I'm a mid girl, but some people love a ton. Some people hate them. We'll see what we do. So we're going to hit generate. And now we can see the content being made in real time. And so we can see there are just a few emojis that are in there. It starts with a question. As back to school season approaches, it's a good time to review your financial goals. Are your savings on track? So maybe we can say, start with a better book. And we can see that it's going to update the post in real time. So think of back to school season like prepping for a new adventure. And the more we interact with this and the more feedback we give it, it's going to keep changing. We can also just change the tone of voice, right? So if we want to pick a new style, then we can choose, any single one of these, and it's going to also change the post based on the tone or the style that we want. So what should we go with here? Let's do the trusted confidant. Okay. So you can see it completely changed what that post is, right? So we can keep giving it feedback. We can keep editing it however we want. And this is going to produce this in real time. Eventually, we will get to the point where you'll be able to just schedule the social post directly from here. But right now, while we're building that out, you're just going to hit that little copy button. And then we're going to X out and we're going to go in here and copy that post in. Again, we still have the Canva integration. So if you want to add an image that way, you can. And then now we can use that check for compliance button from our Overwatch feature. So Muse is the AI tool that helps you write the post, and Overwatch is the tool that helps you check for compliance. So we're going to click check for compliance, and then it will tell us it's all clear. Now, if we went in and we, added some words, it might tell us, okay, nope, we've got to change it. So what should I add in? What do you all think we should test? We'll see if we can trip this thing up. What's something we could add to see if it would catch from a compliance standpoint? Okay, guaranteed returns is always a good one. The word guarantee, peace of mind. I've heard that is very a very tough one. Okay, so let's say so that you make sure your family's future. Oh, this one did have peace of mind and it passed. Let's see. We are the #1 advisor in the United States. Okay, so we've changed it. Now we're going to check again. This, you can see this is all in beta. So sometimes, okay, what does it say? Oh, there we go. So it said false claim of market leadership, and then it will tell us why it doesn't work and, tell us that we need to change it. So we can go back, get rid of that. And then once we've checked for compliance, we know that it's worked, then we can go in and schedule it. So I'm going to go to the chat box and see what everybody is asking about. Oh, emojis. Not everybody likes emojis. I get that 100%. For people saying that they're not seeing it in their platform, we're going to talk about that, but this is available for our, well, Amy, maybe you can put in the chat which plans, and we will put a link for you to connect with our team and figure out what you need to do to get it added, because certain broker dealers are approving it. And then also there's certain plans that it is included in. So some of you are not seeing these features because it hasn't been added yet. Some of you are not seeing it because it hasn't been approved by your broker dealer yet. And some of you are not on the right plan. So you may need to upgrade. So it just depends on those 3 factors, which is why it is slowly being rolled out over time. I know everybody's so eager to get their hands on it, and we want you to have it too. So we will go through that. Okay, I'm going to just read what Amy said. Muse is available for Marketing Suite Premium for the broker dealers that have it approved, but the compliance check is only available for the broker dealers that have opted in. So again, I know that where that leaves you is to be determined, and we're going to make it easy for you to talk with our team and figure that out. And Amy just said Muse does have compliance checks on the first draft. Okay, so let's show how you can do it in other areas. Actually, because we have so many questions about just who it applies to right now, Leah, why don't we go ahead and do the poll now about if people want to have somebody from our team connect with them, and then we can work with you on make sure that you're upgraded if you need to be to get into the right plan to get these AI tools. And I'm going to show you the rest of them, but this way someone will reach out to you after this session is over, and we'll make sure that if you are not upgraded, we can talk to you about what that looks like and get it added for you so that you can start using them. So this is just the social media one. We're going to next go through how it works with email and blogging. But this would be the easiest way to make sure someone from our team reaches out to you right away to talk about getting these added to your account. So if you just answer yes, please, we will connect with you after today's session and talk with you about what that looks like for you. Okay. And Glenn said, I'm not even sure what plan I have or how I know. So you want to hit yes, please, Glenn, and we'll connect with you and tell you. Same thing with Hannah said, how do we know what we have? How do we know if we have premium? So that's the easiest way. We can go through each person and connect with them that way. So awesome. So let's go and move on next. So we looked at how it works with social. I'm going to show you how it works with the other elements of the platform. So email and blogging. So actually, let's just do the I'm going to leave, because someone also asked about landing pages and blogs. So it's going to be the exact same thing here, right? So I'm going to say write with AI. I'm going to add my prompt in. This time, let's ask about writing a blog post about financial scams seniors should know about right now. And I'm going to take this part out and just leave it a little bit more broad. We'll leave it as a medium length post and go ahead and generate it. I know this is something I've been talking with a lot of people about, because I don't know about all of you. I think I still get at least once a day a texting scam saying I owe money to the Ohio Department of Transportation. And my dad just got one the other day, so we had to have a whole conversation about that. So this is definitely a relevant topic. So it's writing the content. The blogs are longer, so it does take a little bit longer to write. And again, it even gives you a little summary because you can paste that into the summary section of the blog. So we can say, do we want it to be longer? Do we want it to be shorter? Do we want to reorganize the way the headers are? And in this instance, I love it gave us what the scam is and then how to protect yourself. But maybe if you didn't want that in there, you could change that, right? So we could say, let's make it longer. It's going to go through, think about it, and making it even longer. And you'll notice too, it's giving us the title as well as the actual blog post itself. So it's giving us both the, the content as well as the title and the summary from a SEO perspective. So once you have all of that, it's going to be a very similar process where you're going to copy and paste this, right into our blogging tool. So we put it in there, and then once we paste it in, you can see that it's pasting it in all as one style. So then you would have the ability to actually style it the way you want. So if you want to make these bigger and bolder, you can do that. You can style it how you want. Again, you're still going to be able to go in and check for compliance. You can copy and paste the title that it gave us right here into title. So it already gave us the title. Select who we want the author to be, what date we want it to display as the post date. And then we can choose any image we want for the blog. And then the summary, remember, it gave us the summary at the end, which is just nice on your blogging page. It makes it look really nicely styled. So we'll go ahead and add that in there. And we've got it all. We can preview it, see what it looks like, and then go ahead and publish it or save it as a draft. So this is how it would look on the blogging side of things. And then I'm going to show you the email one, but I just want to look at some of the questions that are coming in. I see Muse for social posts, but not on my blog posts. Is that a subscription level issue? Blogging was just released, I think, in the last 24 hours, so it just may not be added to yours just yet. I just got it added to my demo account yesterday, so I'm so excited to be able to demo it for all of you. So that might be what the issue is there. So just keep an eye on that. Will there ever be an option to create a video? You mean to have ChatGPT, to prompt ChatGPT and then have it make a video for you? Is that what you mean? I'm assuming that's what you mean. And if so, we have all kinds of ideas of ways we want to enhance this, whether it's being able to type in a prompt and have it create images, video. So we have a lot of ideas that will hopefully be coming down the pipe. But these are right now it is just text. Okay. Let me switch over to the emails here and show you the way the email looks. The thing about email that's a little bit different is okay, let's go to Write with AI and I will show you. I'm going to add my prompt in again. So the emails got this thing here at the top that's select purpose. So this is a little bit different in the sense of, I don't know, when, again, a lot of you are ChatGPT experts. You always want to start with a goal when you can of what you want to accomplish. And so with the emails, especially because a lot of times with an email, we want to have a strong call to action. We're able to choose from this drop-down menu what we want the purpose of the email to be. Do we want it to be to build a relationship, to follow up, to be feedback? We want it to be educational content. So you choose that first. Then you put your prompt in. Then you choose your writing style like we've been this whole time. So that's always there. Then you choose the length and then hit generate. So it's giving you that drop down menu to choose what you want the goal or the purpose or, the conversion of the email to be. So now it went and wrote this email, and it also gave us a subject line. So I could also ask for, let's see, make the subject line have a stronger hook. Spelled stronger wrong. Get more opens. Now, sometimes when you do these things, it again will create it, and you can even see if you give certain feedback to say do this or do that, immediately it will say this is not compliant. So if you try to be clickbaity or if you tell it to add certain words, it will in real time tell you if it was compliant or not, even before you click the overwatch in some instances. But so you can see now it's changed to make the subject line a question: facing market volatility, discover how to stay calm and secure. If I don't like that, I can say redo it again, right? So we can keep changing it. And again, we can also change what that voice is to get a whole new, fresh answer as well. So I think that just the ability to change the voice is really, really great. So you can see I changed the voice, and what it wrote now had a compliance flag to it. So it even will check itself in that way when we're creating this content. So it really, really is depending on what kind of guidance you're giving it and what it's writing, checking the compliance in real time, which I think is just such a sigh of relief for all of us, because we're using, these tools, and we want to make sure that it isn't going to include something that is not what we would normally say or get us into any trouble. So in real time, it's giving us that feedback. So then all we're going to do is what we did before. So we're going to copy again. Eventually, you will not need to copy and paste, but right now we do. So we're just going to copy it into the body of the email. It's still going to pull in from our CRM, the hi, first name, however you have it set up. You have your images and things there at the top like normal, but then I can also pull in the subject line here. And then it's ready to go. We can schedule it out, save it. We can do another compliance check, do a test email, all the things we normally could do. But we can go ahead and schedule it for later. And we're good to go. Awesome. Okay. Does the email feature have a function to resend emails to people who did not open the initial email? So you're able to see at a glance, what it just brought me to this page. I have kind of abysmal stats right now because this is a demo account, but you can see your open rate, your click-through rate, and you can look at any one in particular email that you sent as well and see who opened it and who clicked it. So it would be really easy to just group those people and resend to them as well from there. Okay, lots of questions about Osaic. And I see Amy's answering as many questions she can in the chat, which is great. Somebody's asking how we go about getting this approved by compliance. Again, hopefully you answered yes to the poll, and we'll connect with you separately. Can you have more than one linked social media account? Yes. So for this demo purpose, I only had LinkedIn as the account, but you can certainly have LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. You can definitely have more than one. Okay. Somebody asked about using this for landing pages. So what I would do for that would be to create a blog post and then, ask it to write it as a shortened version and then use that for your landing page, depending on what the purpose of the landing page is. So if it's, invitation copy, if it's because you want somebody to attend an event, that's what I would do, is use the blog post Muse feature for that. Okay. Let's see other questions. I see Amy's answering a lot of questions in there too, so that's good. Let me see if there's any over here before we get to the next section. You guys are awesome. Okay. Somebody was asking if we have a prompting resource. That is a great segue because we do, and we actually are going to be sending it to all of you after today's webinar. So we have a whole resource that we created that will help you prompt better and more efficiently and effectively. And we will send that out as a follow-up from today. So obviously I'm just putting quick prompts in there. And as we all know, the better your prompt is, the better the output will be, right? Good input to create a good output. So we have a whole guide we created on how to prompt effectively, and we will send that out as well. But I want to switch gears a little and talk about this because we have a new feature to also help you get found when someone is searching for an advisor using ChatGPT or other AI tools. So I actually went to LinkedIn and asked, have you ever gotten a lead for your business from ChatGPT? So I'd love to ask the same question to all of you. Let me know in the chat, have you ever gotten somebody who came to you and they told you you were one of the recommended people from ChatGPT or Google Gemini or, Anthropic or any of those? So you can see some of the answers that people gave right off the bat. There was only a few people that said yes when I first asked this question, maybe 6 months ago. I asked it again 3 months ago, and a lot more people. So we're going to talk now about what are some of the factors that ChatGPT is looking for, so that you can be one of those businesses that is recommended. Because this is sort of the wild west of SEO, right? So search engine optimization. It has now turned into something we call answer engine optimization, because we go to these AI tools, we ask a very specific question, and then we want to get an answer. We don't want a list of websites to go through. So Chelsea, this advisor here, she told us that the person who came to them even gave them the prompt they use. So they said, provide a list of Black financial planners in Philadelphia, and they got that list, right? So we don't know what people are going to ask, but there are some things we can do to make our business be the one that ChatGPT or any of these other AI tools is recommending. So let's talk about what those are. And Kirk said, yes, a number of prospects and clients have found them. Dominic said, yes, that just happened to me last week. It's going to start happening to a lot of you more and more as these tools become more used. So this is just a screenshot. I want ChatGPT and other AI tools to recommend my business when people are searching for a financial advisor. What can I do to rank high? So these are the three things you need to do. So here's the question. Here's the three answers. The first one is having social proof and other sentiment signals like reviews is really important for these tools. And that can look like a lot of different things, because I know there's still many of you that are going to say, I'm not allowed to ask for a client review. So we're going to talk about what that looks like here in just a second. The second thing is to build your reputation, to have authority and expertise in the eyes of these AI tools and where they're going and scouring for information, that you are an expert on whatever topic it is that someone is searching for. And then the third one is format content for AI discoverability. So schema markup, FAQs, and QAs. So again, we're going to go into each one of these in a little bit more detail, but those are really the three things that matter the most if you want your business to be one that these AI tools are recommending. Okay. And somebody just was asking again, they missed the poll that they want to find out. So sorry if you missed the poll. You can just put in the chat that you want to talk with us, and or maybe even just put it in the Q&A box. Might be a little easier for us to track, and we will add you as a yes and make sure we reach out to you. Okay, so let's dive into each one of these more detail. So the first one you remember me saying was reviews and social proof. So all of these AI models and LLMs, they heavily want to know that real people are using these businesses and have good things to say about them. They want broad consensus. So they look anywhere that a real person might talk about a business, and they use that to determine who they show. So it's not just Google reviews. It's things like on Facebook, what are people saying? It's things like Yelp or Trustpilot or Smart Asset or Wealth Tender. It's things like Reddit. Anywhere where someone can talk about specific businesses is what they are pulling from. So, 5-10 years ago, no advisors had reviews, so this wouldn't really matter that much. But now that some do, and many do, it really is mattering more and more. So you can even engage in Q&A platforms like a Reddit or a Quora. See somebody asks a question, you respond to it as a way to have this be something that's pulling your name in to this social proof and sentiment signals. If you can get reviews and ask for them, that is something that is going to really, really help with how the AI tools see your business. And it's not actually just, getting reviews, it's what the reviewers say as well. So if you really want to be found when someone searches for the best wealth management team in Minneapolis that helps high net worth clients, if you have somebody who writes in there, we have very complicated assets and we live in the Minneapolis area. Oh my gosh, I can't say that. And here's some of the things we're struggling with. And this is how the firm helped. The chat tools are going to actually read the content of the review. So it's not just getting 5 stars. It's what did they say? Did they mention that you helped their family with estate planning? Did they mention that you helped connect them with a CPA? Did they mention that you helped them with succession planning? I would not focus too much on obviously trying to worry about what people say in the content, but just know that AI does take that into consideration. You can't really control that though. So let's focus on what you can control. So the thing you can control is this part. How do you become the most obvious answer to a question like, who's a good retirement advisor near me? You can contribute to articles on things like Ford's or Kiplinger, right? There's something called Help a Reporter Out. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it or used it before, but it's just a website you go to and people will say, hey, I'm writing an article about this. If they're a journalist, I'm looking for a, financial advisor who can weigh in on this topic. And you can say, yep, I can, answer questions on that and reply to it. And then they will cite you in their article. So that's another great way. Maintaining a well-optimized LinkedIn profile is really important because LinkedIn actually has great SEO. And when someone's searching for an individual name or business, it's often something that the results are using. Writing original long-form content demonstrating specific areas of expertise in a niche. So that's where using FMG's content library or AI tools can really, really help you, because if you have blog posts all about succession planning and helping business owners sell their business on your blog or your website, it's going to signal to AI that that is, your great answer when someone's looking for an advisor in that particular area. And when you have different formats, podcasts, videos, blogs, social posts, that all are different areas that these AI tools can use to help pump you up. So those are some of the things that you can do. And obviously, again, if you want to be known for a certain thing, use the library to your advantage. So if you want specifically to be known as the financial advisor that helps small businesses in Minneapolis, go through our content, look at all of the pieces that are specific for business owners, and start making sure you prioritize using those. Does that make sense? Any questions about that particular number 2? Let me know. And let's go to the third one, which is formatting your content for discoverability. So this is an exciting one because we actually just built a new feature in FMG to help all of you with this as well. For those of you who are using our websites. So remember, when it comes to AI discovering you, you're not just writing for humans, you're writing for these algorithms, right? And so there's something called schema markup. I don't want to bore you with the technical details, but basically it just helps tell AI, because we see people ask a question and then they get an answer. It helps them understand your content. So it helps them understand what it is that you are all about, what your business is all about in the content itself. So the more that you can have that type of content on your website, on your blog, the easier it will be for AI to understand that you are the right answer to the question, who's the best advisor for X, Y, or Z? So what you can do, you can have, add blog posts, and instead of it just being like the 5 things to consider before taking Social Security, the title of the blog post could be, when is the best time to claim Social Security? Right? And then you go through, and every heading in the blog post itself is a question and then an answer. So you want to add as many question style headings and titles as possible, because that's the way we interact with ChatGPT and these other tools. And our new schema markup, I'm just going to show you. Oh, actually, I can't demo it live, but here's what it's going to look like. So you will be able to add FAQ pages to the website. So if this is what the final result will look like. So FAQs, if you think about it, are just very similar to the way that we actually search using ChatGPT, right? We don't go to ChatGPT and just say retirement advisor near me. We ask very specific questions. So our new FAQ pages with the schema markup in the background, it's a new feature that we have. And basically what it is you'll go into your website, you will click widget, and then you'll click FAQ section. And you'll have the ability to add in any questions and answers that are things that you would hope that when somebody is searching ChatGPT or any other AI tools, that your business would then, show up for. And we on the back end will take care of adding this technical element, which is the schema markup, so that the AI tools can easily find it. So you can see here, again, I know this is really technical. You don't need to worry too much about it other than we're taking care of it for you. But it's saying, here's the question and here's the answer. And it makes it really easy for AI to understand your content. So we're rolling this out on the back end for you. You don't have to worry about it. And we are going to make sure that it's applied on the back end so that AI understands your content and will surface you better in those answers. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, I saw some funny, I'm sorry, people are saying this is a lot. Yes, we are cramming all of our AI updates into this one webinar. It is a lot of information, but I think the biggest takeaway is that all of these tools are going to make it even easier for you to get found by prospects and for you to communicate effectively with those prospects and clients. And so that's why we're so excited about it. There's so much here to unpack and so many ways that this is going to help you. I am going to, okay, I just talked about that. I actually think in the interest of time, because I don't want to make it more confusing for people, we'll skip ahead and go to the recommended content that we have coming out. So you guys know the drill about this part. This is, okay, what do we have coming up that we want to alert you to? So the 10-minute marketing calendar that you can find in the FMG dashboard, which has our suggested content and direct links to easily find and use that content. You will get an email from service@fmgsuite.com that explains what it is to look out for and some of the pieces that we suggest. And it is color coded by whether it's an email, a social post, a web piece of content. And it also will help you just kind of look at it and think, how might I want to build out my month? So hopefully this is something that you all are used to seeing and using. And it is there to really help you make sense of what is in the content library since there's so many great pieces. So August, what do we got going on? Back to school. We have estate strategy trends, and we have National Book Lovers Day. So these are just some of the pieces that you will find in the library. We have a mixture of Instagram carousels, obviously social posts, videos, white papers. There's a lot going on in August. I feel like everybody, I don't know about you, it's kind of mentally a lot of times tunes out in the beginning of August, end of July, and then all of a sudden it's the middle of August and we think, oh, everybody's going back to school and things are starting back up again. So it's a great time to get it all planned out if you are taking any vacations in the rest of July or August so that you're good to go and hit the ground running as the start of fall, which I can't believe is right around the corner. We also have Black Business Month social posts and Make a Will Month, which includes social posts, Instagram carousel, and email. So I mentioned we have some amazing giveaways. I know, again, we did go through a lot here talking about these AI updates. So to help you really make sense of it all, of course, you're going to get the webinar replay and the slides, but we also built an entire social media prompt guide. So a way to help you make the most of prompting. How do we prompt these tools so that the output we get is great? So we're going to send that to you. And then as I was mentioning, those 3 things that you want to do in order for AI to recommend your business over others, that is all related to something called answer engine optimization. And we created a whole guide on that as well. So you will get those 2 things right away. And then we actually are working on the back end on an entire AI guide for financial advisors, both how to use our AI tools effectively, as well as how to be found. It's going to be even more comprehensive and dig deep, and you will get a copy of that once it is released here in the next week or so. So many good things coming your way. And again, if you want to chat with our team, if you haven't already, you can put it in the Q&A for us to reach out to you if you missed the poll. We will be happy to connect with you and talk about what your account is, what upgrade that you need to get in order to get these AI tools, what subscription you're on. We would love to chat with you about it. Once you start using these, you will become addicted. I promise I have, and it's really, really hard to go back. And I also just wanted to give a quick plug for our Do It For Me marketing program. If you're unaware, that is a program we have where you are paired with a marketing concierge, and they actually go in and use the platform and implement it for you. So every month you are given a marketing plan with different tips on how to customize it. You're paired with a marketing concierge that meets with you every single month and will go through the recommended content that we think we should be using. And it's really going to help you increase your client engagement, you dripping on clients and prospects and centers of influence more effectively. So if you just hover over that QR code, if you'd like someone to take this off your plate and you want to be paired with one of our marketing concierges so that they can be the one to just do it for you, this would be the best way to do that. And also, if you don't already have my rep chat as your texting platform, FMG and my rep chat are now one. We've acquired my rep chat. And so you can use that QR code to learn more about that or connect with us about offering our text messaging offering. And then the last one is a lot of people still, I don't think, know about this. This is a really easy way that you can earn some money and get rewarded. If you share the benefits of FMG with your colleagues or connections, and then use our referral form to provide their name and email, we will take it from there, reach out to them. And when they become a client, you both receive $100. So if you already use the platform and love it, you know other people who would benefit as well. This is a really, really easy way to rack up some credits and make it even cheaper to be using our tools. And our next webinar will be happening on August 27th, so save the date. We are going to be going through all of the updates that we've recently released and going through them in more detail. So we'll cover AI again there, and we'd love to see you at that one as well. So again, I know this was a lot of information covered in a short period of time, but I think you'll agree with me that this is one of the most exciting updates. You all are going to love these AI tools, and we can't wait for you to get your hands on them and start creating content with them. So thank you so much for joining today. Hopefully this was helpful for all of you, and we will see you at the next one.